When it comes to church planting, a church planter has to be ready to wear so many different hats. Now, each hat requires a different skill set. Let me give you 5 hats that I think every church planter has to become comfortable in wearing from time to time. The first hat is the hat of architect. See, as a church planter, you're also the cultural architect of the church. What does this mean? This means that the church planter is the primary leader when it comes to creating vision and ultimately the culture of the church. And see, here's the thing about culture. Culture is the most significant factor of any organization. It always trumps your vision and your mission. So pay close attention to the culture that you're actually creating. The second hat that any church planter has to be willing to wear is the hat of a salesman. See, to be a good salesman, you have to bleed the vision and be able to communicate it well. 2 keys to being a good salesman for your church is communicate with passion, and at the same time, be willing to make the hard ask. Before setting out to sell the product, in the case of the church, it's the vision and mission of Jesus. Let me give you a couple questions to ask. Number 1, why would someone come to our church? Second of all, what makes us different from other churches in our community? In other words, what is our niche right here in this time, in this moment that God wants us to play? The third hat that any church planter has to be willing to wear is the hat of principal. See, the principal is the chief executor of a school. Similarly, the church planter must become the enforcer, the person that ultimately makes sure the details are all being carried out. This requires attention to detail and, let's be honest, specifically the systems of how everything's going to operate. To do this well, recruit and cultivate others to help in the details. This job is way too big for any one person to do. So it's important to raise up team members that'll help carry that vision and help implement the things that need to be implemented. The fourth hat is the hat of marketer. Early on, especially the church planter, see, they have to be willing to focus on getting their name out there. There are all kinds of methods to do this well. For instance, the web, personal networks, mailers, door hangers, Facebook, blogs. The list goes on and on and on. So my encouragement is be creative. In our early days, we had people dress up as movie characters, pass out information about the new church at the movies. And in the process, they were taking pictures with people. Unique ways provide great, unique conversations to invite people to come to church. The fifth hat that any church planter has to be willing to wear is also the hat of fundraiser. See, new endeavors require great resources. You'll need money to get a church up and running. The larger the launch, the greater the resources needed. My estimate is that for a large launch of a church, a grand opening of over 300 people, you're going to need to raise somewhere around $300,000. This figure doesn't include the money needed to pay for multiple staff and other things. In the end, money is important. However, success is not about the money. There's 5 hats that I think any church planter has to be willing to wear. And if you're willing to wear those, it'll lead to great success within your church.